We talk a lot about our wins, about the one rep maxes we hit. We post stuff on Facebook and on Instagram, and we need to celebrate those, because we've worked our asses off to get there. But I want to talk about something else today, and that's something that we don't often share, and it's our failures and how we can't progress unless we do have failures. And I'm not just talking about muscle failure, I'm talking about literal failure, like you screw up at something. So that's what I want to talk about today, and it's going to be a really good episode. So get ready for episode 120. Let's go.
I've always been that skinny guy.
Why can't I gain muscle mass?
What do I do in the gym?
They said I'd always be skinny.
This is your complete source for how to gain lean muscle and break out of your skinny body. From nutrition to getting the most out of your workouts and everything in between. We know just how frustrating gaining muscle mass can be, but don't worry, we've got you covered. You're listening to the Bones to Bulk podcast. Hey, welcome to today's episode. My name's Brian Parody. Thank you so much for joining me today because I'm excited about this topic. But before we jump in, head on over to bonestobulk.com. Well, don't do it if you're driving. But I just launched a week or two ago a complete week's worth of meal plans. So breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, everything is covered for an entire week. It has recipes in it. It's a PDF that gets delivered to your inbox. Just go to bonestobulk.com. You'll see the Get Started button right there on the homepage. Click it, put in your email, send to your inbox. Can't be any easier, right? You can download it. You can do whatever you want with it. All right, with that being said, let's jump in. So, failure. I remember a time when I was just starting off. I had my little weight bench in my house, and it was one of those half-inch bars, so it only weighed 30 pounds or something like that. And I had, I think, maybe a 10-pounder on each side. So I'm lifting 50 pounds, 55 pounds, something like that. And I literally got caught under the bar. Thinking back, it's embarrassing, but I've got to remember a couple things. One, I was new to the whole game. Two, I couldn't lift very heavy back then. I only weighed 118 pounds back then, and so it was, yes, in my mind, a failure. I mean, I managed to squiggle my way out from under the bar, and I think I didn't bench press for 2 weeks after that. But it was a failure, and it opened my eyes to see a couple things. One, I didn't need to push myself harder than I knew what my limitations were, at least without a spotter. We have to be smart when we lift. There's no point in going in there and acting like a fool and trying to impress somebody just to get a one rep max up, because we can hurt ourselves, we can injure ourselves, we can tear something. Bad stuff can happen when we start just focusing on our ego. The second thing was I realized that I needed to figure out what the hell I was doing because I was lifting improperly. And that was starting to show through in me failing to hit some of these. At the time, they seemed like big milestones with weight. And so I want us to kind of get in the frame mind of when have we failed? And I'm not just talking about fitness, but obviously that's kind of going to be my focus. Have you maybe tried to lose weight at one point? And you lost a little bit, but gained it back? Or have you tried to gain muscle? You've tried to, pack on more mass and you hit a couple pounds and then it just went right back down. It can be extremely frustrating and disheartening. I know I lived it for a year and a half. I get that. And just recently I was super sick in late November, early December, before Corona, don't worry. I couldn't keep down food. I was the most sick I've ever been in my life. And because of that, in 2 weeks' time, I lost about 12 pounds, and then I lost a few more after that. Now, maybe, you're lucky to, think about it. That's a huge amount of weight for me as a guy who's trying to always maintain what he has. So that was crushing to me. I felt terrible. Last year was a rough year for me. I had several injuries, and I ended the year feeling probably in the worst shape that I've felt in I don't know how long. But a long time. I could have wallowed in that and been like, oh, boo-hoo me, and it did suck, and I did have a few of those days, not gonna lie. I was pissed off. But what I realized and what it led me to was I want to not just get back to where I was. I want to go beyond that, and I want to end, my goal for 2020 was, literally wrote this down, to feel like I am in the best shape that I have ever been in my life by the end of 2020. Now, do I know everything that's going to happen in 2020? Do I? Absolutely not. I don't. I don't know what's coming. I don't know what's ahead. I don't know anything. But that is the goal that I am working towards. And I'm happy to say that here we are in April, just starting off April, and I'm back to where I was, plus some, with my weight. I'm lifting heavier than I have in a while. and I feel really good in the gym. And I'm not saying this to but it's taken me a long time to get there. All of last year, I felt terrible. I did. I don't know what it was even. Like, there was this fog over me for a lot of the year, and I just wasn't in the right mindset. And because I don't know if it stemmed from that, or maybe my body just was in a weaker state, and that's why I also got injured. I tore my bicep tendon. I had issues with an elbow. Like, there was all kinds of things that happened. And I say that to encourage you, like, if stuff feels like it's falling apart, if stuff sucks, you can pull yourself out of it. You don't have to stay there. And I don't care if someone tells you, you're just destined to be overweight, or you're just destined to be big boned, or that's some bullshit. Or maybe you're just destined to be skinny and, try eating everything. And if that doesn't work, then, oh, well, there's nothing else you can do. Like, that is all just garbage. Like, think about all the people that have accomplished some crazy crap in this world. I forget the name of the mountain. The second tallest, not Everest, the one after that. Kilimanjaro, I think. Whatever the second tallest in the world is. He doesn't have limbs or legs, like no limbs, so no arms, no legs. And he climbed the freaking mountain. Like, you talk about some freaking determination and grit and willpower. Holy shit. And we, most of the time, fully functioning beings come up with all the excuses of why we can't do something. Oh, it's too hard. Oh, I don't want to give up my beers every night. Oh, I don't want to give up the Oreos. Oh, I like my ice cream. Well, like, you have a choice. And I'm not trying to be harsh, like, I'm not. But we've got to come to that point where it's like, which do you want? What is it? Robert Frost, there's two roads, and I took the road less traveled. Like, you do have that point where I can continue down this road and continue to stay the same with no change, and just kind of be moderate in life and occasionally have those days where I hate myself. Or I can choose to go on this path that I don't know, that is uphill, that has rocks all over the path, that's going to hurt my feet, that's going to hurt my back. Like, all these things, it's the harder road. I'm not going to lie and say that going the route to get to your fitness goal is easy. I know there's a lot of fitness people out there that will tell you it's easy, that this one pill will do the trick, that this one diet will do the trick. But that, my opinion on it, it's just BS. It doesn't work. There isn't an easy route. If there was, like, if all that stuff worked, I literally saw some, and I know I've talked about this before, some gummy bears that burn fat. Like, if that stuff worked, don't you think we'd all be walking around with six packs and bulging muscles? It doesn't work. We always are looking for quick fixes, and quick fixes don't exist. And that's not something that we have to be upset about. It's just, hey, that's the way it is. If I want to get to this destination, this is what I have to do, and this is how I have to go. And so come to that point, do whatever you have to do to get that point. And maybe you won't ever get to that point. Like, I don't know where you're at, what you're comfortable with, what you enjoy. You've got to come to the realization that there's going to come down to a choice and a decision of, are you going to continue to do the same things that you've done with the same results and stay the same? Or are you going to pick option B and stop buying the crap that's all in your house, stop watching that show that you're addicted to every night, and instead go to the gym? Like, these are often some hard choices we have to make. And I'm not trying to say these decisions are easy. It's a sacrifice. I hate getting up at 4:20, 4:15 in the morning every day. I don't relish it. I'm not like, heck yeah, I get to get up at 4:15. No. Maybe there's some people out there who love getting up that early. Like, I enjoy what it means by me getting up that early because I get to develop myself. But the actual physical act of getting out of bed at 4:15 in the morning, when the world is still asleep, when it's still dark, our beds are a very comfortable place. And so getting up, getting out of bed, and going through my morning routine, going to the gym, it's not easy. I don't do it because I thoroughly enjoy it. Trust me, I love my Saturday mornings when I get to sleep in till 8, till the kids come screaming in a room. But I do it because I know that's for me. In order for me to get my gym time in, that's what I have to do. So I say all this to encourage you, not to down you, not to put this heavy burden on you, but make the decision. And once you choose, flip that switch and go after it, and stop settling for second best. Stop settling for the old way that you're frustrated with. You can accomplish this. You can hit your goals. You don't have to be stuck. You've got this.